Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Rebels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He's going to bring it out from deep. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. Sometimes you sense that what the kids call swagger is a false bravado. This dude is nothing but real at wide receiver.
He's got that speed, and it just, you see DBs, they're probably watching him put on the field right now, and they understand it's going to be a long game. This guy can go get it, he can run, he can do a little bit of everything at the wide receiver spot.
The RPO, it's complete. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up.
What the fuck, dude?
Intercepted. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man.
The fuck?
It's offense up at the 30.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense, because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot.
What the fuck? No way, dude.
Man.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll run it from the gun. Runs through the tackle. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. He's going to pass. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Ole Miss. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The big pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 1. The inside handoff. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They're going to ride this running back. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Quarterback will audible. They'll toss it to the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Well, they called that an ISO play, and it was isolated for a loss.
And they try to isolate a linebacker inside and really run the football right at you, right down the middle. But you better move those big defensive linemen out of the way and create some space. They didn't do it. And you can tell that's why the ball went low.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Some early movement along the offensive line.
What the fuck, bro?
Not much of a decision to make. There's the defense will move him back. The offense set for a
Jesus
first
Christ.
down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Blasted
Okay.
as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He'll off one deep down the left side. Touchdown Tide! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Louisville opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country.
Huh? I don't know. I'm still kind of sweating for no reason. I did take some ibuprofen, so my aches are not there, but I think my body's still like not happy.
Man, this offense is so dangerous.
But I'm not like cramping in my spine anymore.
Big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels.
Shit sucks.
From the shotgun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give out of the gun.
God damn it, dude.
Turns it on in midfield.
Oh,
And the
okay.
ball's on the ground. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And it looks as if
Why the fuck would you review that?
replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it.
Oh, give me that shit.
And that ball is picked off. Takes it the other way.
You can't outrun a lineman?
In this defense, stayed
Fuck outta here.
on his rules and made the interception.
And that's just an excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB.
Who? The running back?
And the defense
Not
snugs
yet.
him under after a very
I
short
have
lead.
ran with him a couple times.
I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Fucking break.
Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down.
Definitely going for it. They can suck a
No
dick.
hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. The give and the run on 4th down. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that 1st down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are.
Like right now, I'm just sitting here, I'm sweating. Just fucking sweating.
Threatening on 1st down.
For no reason.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. They get him after he picked up 5 and got him inside the red zone down to the 16. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah.
Good use of the hands to knock it away.
Love the competitive nature by the
9 and
defender on
1.
that play. That's just a 50-50 ball, and that defender swatted it away.
Yep.
They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but but then the mistake just crushed.
Yep, in Auburn.
Those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick.
I lost to Michigan at Michigan by 3 points.
Looking to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Verrier. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Gives it to the back.
Right in there, bitch.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. The Rebels will punt it away on fourth down. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football. Put a nice.
Is that even true?
And just get some
That sounds like a made-up story that some racist white guy in Mississippi come up with.
It's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
I might have to Google that one.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game
Because I don't
established.
believe it.
They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game.
He might be
going.
full of
Big
shit.
chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like
He just be seeing shit on Facebook that's not true,
Continuing to turn
like a bait post.
They're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48 after the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. The give to the back.
I mean, his fucking disc.
Gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense. They're churning out positive yardage early.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Looking to throw on second down. Flips it out in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know
Source?
how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their
Yeah, exactly.
run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
To the ground. With
I don't know how that man ain't been banned on Xbox.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line.
What?
Just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
To the ground. He's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a
I've done that shit.
That linebacker saw the
I've done shit like that.
right to the ball carrier.
You be surprised. And they'll call, you know, that's like the love language of Call of Duty. People talk shit on there all the time.
Quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Getting an idea of where he wants
I'm not surprised on that one.
That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed on the outside, it's Perkins.
Fuck me, man.
For the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker.
You know, and I think a more accurate throw gives him a chance to catch that in stride, turn up.
No shit, Jesse Palmer. You fucking. No, I made it.
Split down in bounds, but now it sets up 4th and short.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Finds a tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
You're what?
Defense
okay.
Not showing
what is it?
Coverage. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Verrier. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime.
Yeah.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better
18,000.
And with that,
just on that.
Send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Especially when you owe on these other things. Really?
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Makes the grab on the left. Tackled immediately after the catch.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple yards there.
To the ground, try to move the chains. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
First down here for the offense. From the gun. Trying to get rid of it.
Smoked.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Got a man. It's Verrier. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
The fuck?
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
Oh my God.
This is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
Pressure coming. And they got him for the sack.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Trying to beat the DT.
Okay, of course.
Intercepted. Got some room to run. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And back to the air on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Makes the grab. It's Verrier. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Splits the uprights. It's good. And it's a deadlock here in the third quarter after the field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man down the middle. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. The give to the tailback. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He wants to take the top off. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line. Touchdown, Alabama! And that one will put them up here in the second half. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Off the play fake. Wide open downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. From the gun, running back on the move. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness.
Of course, I can't fucking replay it.
First, if you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Trying to power it in. And he kicks it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels. Well, well, well. Somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Line gets set, first down. They're going to run it to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Finds his tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers, and then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun to give, looking for room. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. He's got 93 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Perkins. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. Looking to help the kicker out on third down. From here, it would be a 59-yard attempt. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
Holding.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. On third down, going up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's second and 1. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Fires to the big fella. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide.
Touchdown, Bama! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll throw it on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Now on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Catch in the middle. It's Verrier. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He makes the connection. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Off play action. Fires to the right. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get in search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Caught in the backfield. It's Castro. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This offense has a second down play. The back goes in motion. On second down, just keeps firing. Floats it out in space. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And, guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. Got his man quickly. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run, and you know at this area.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Ole Miss!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs management. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. He's piled up 112 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Power football with the run. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
You got to call the game to win it right now. Less than a minute to go. A field goal is going to do it for you. Every time you drop back and throw the ball, you're risking taking a sack. So if you're going to throw it, the ball's got to come out quickly. But I think at this juncture, you'd love to be able to run and give your field goal kicker a chance.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Timeout, Alabama. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese? Making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it and practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
My former receiver, Kennesaw's former receiver too. What a career. What the hell? They suck.